Hi, I'm Amelia Ruby, and welcome to my tiny tarot practice. Today's card is the Three of Wands. In the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, the Three of Wands pictures a person. We see them from behind. They are standing, looking out over what appears to be an ocean, but it's gold, a golden ocean. There are mountains in the distance. They're standing up on some type of cliff. There are three wands or staffs in the image, and this person holds on to one of them. They're wearing a long, flowing red robe, the green part, and looks like yellow and black checkerboard piece. They have on either some armor or just a blue shirt underneath of it. But what's important is seemingly not what they're wearing. Even though it's distracted me in this interpretation, but that they look out, they're standing on land and look out over the water where there are tiny ships sailing seemingly away. This image of the Three of Wands often evokes a sense of someone looking ahead, looking out into the distance. We've talked about that a number of times already with different wands cards. But this person seems to be looking toward travelers or looking toward a journey. And so some interpret this card as about travel and transition, as about planning. I found that interpretation in Jessa Crispin's The Creative Tarot. I think that we also see it in a slightly different way, as Rachel Pollack interprets in 78 Degrees of Wisdom, that perhaps this is a metaphysical journey. That the man is on the earth connected to everyday reality or physical reality, while these boats sail into the depths of our or subconscious or even collective unconscious. The boats can go deep as long as the man stands there. And Rachel Pollack makes this kind of beautiful claim that perhaps fire is at its best when grounded in earth and water, connected to these other elements. Of course, fire also needs air. So the elements are always deeply intertwined. But in the Three of Cups, we can see the way that what allows for the creative force of planning and imagining and setting off on a journey, what allows for that is a connection to the earth and the water, to both our physical and emotional reality. In many images of the Three of Wands in decks that I have, the three wands are crossed in a triangle. We see that in the True Heart Intuitive Tarot, as well as in the Wild Unknown Tarot. And I think this speaks to something about this card that Jessica Dore articulates really beautifully in Tarot for Change. And it's why I want to read what she says, because it's made me start to think of the Three of Cards as the card about being willing to break your own heart and to feel the deepest joy we can know. So here's what she says in her interpretation, what Jessica Dore says in her interpretation of the Three of Wands. She says, on quite a regular basis, I find myself reminding people that in Maslow's hierarchy of needs, the albeit controversial pyramid of human necessities starts with the most basic physiological requirements like air, food, and shelter. And at the very top are belonging and ultimately self-actualization. That means that if the biggest concerns in your life are about feeling dissatisfied, unfulfilled, or creatively stuck, you're actually extremely fortunate. This is not to shame you for your privileges, but to remind you that you are safe. Because when we are safe, we are more free to take risks and to be brave with our lives. So if you do find yourself standing between worlds, wanting to leap but feeling scared too, if your basic needs are met and then some, if you're asking questions about how to willingly break your own heart, or to be a beginner in a way that feels scary, or abandon a thing that would compromise the lifestyle you've come to depend on, well, you are a lucky one. And I think knowing that gives you a good rock to jump from. And again, I don't say this to invalidate how hard it is. I say it because I know how easy it is to feel like the house always wins and that it's going to be bad for you, when in reality, you are the one holding the cards and calling the shots. You are the one deciding that you even want to leave the comfort of the village to venture into the dark forest in the first place. I love that interpretation of this card. I love that she says raises these questions about being willing to break your own heart, or be a beginner in a way that feels scary, or abandon a thing that would compromise the lifestyle you've come to depend on. How open are we to radical change in our lives? How open are we to everything changing at the root of our lives? Over the past few years, I have watched some of my friends rip their life out at the roots and replant. And it has been beautiful to see them repot their lives. I'm doing lots of repotting of plants as it becomes summer in my world. And I'm just thinking of the Three of Wands. Is that a similar opportunity to pull ourselves out of the soil so that we can actually grow deeper roots, perhaps where we're even more intended to be, to liberate ourselves, to make radical change? And the Three of Wands is an invitation to do that, but also represents that the challenge of sitting in that moment when you're trying to decide, right? The Three of Wands, the figure in the Three of Wands has not jumped off the cliff. This isn't the Fool or even the Tower where the cliff has thrown you off or dissolved beneath you. It's not even the Hanged Man where you're upside down hanging off of it, perhaps. But in the Three of Wands, you're standing there wondering if you're willing to make that radical change. And I think I see that even more in the images where the three wands are crossed into a triangle. It feels like being wand crossed or stave crossed or perhaps even star crossed. That moment where maybe it feels like you have to make an impossible choice, but I love Jessica Doerr's reframe that being able to make a choice is what liberates us at all, even if it's hard, especially when it's hard. So before I made this episode, I might have interpreted the Three of Wands as a card about planning a trip. And now it feels so much deeper than that to me. It feels like a card about being on the precipice of making a choice about radical change. What a sublime moment in all of its beauty and terror. Thank you so much for tuning in to my tiny tarot practice. As always, you can find a link in the show notes to my bookshop page where you can purchase any of the books or decks that I've mentioned today. And if you do so, I'll receive a small affiliate payment that will help support this podcast as an ongoing project. I look forward to future episodes. And until then, be well and make magic.